This was not the first video I think I'd be making for the 2019 off season. Oh man, this is tough. Just 30 minutes ago, Jimmie Johnson tweeted out a video saying chasing 8 one last time. Jimmie Johnson's retiring after next season. That's really crazy. Just for the sport itself, for me personally, that's crazy. Man, 7 championships, 83 wins as of now. Obviously, he could go get more, but I'm shocked. This is up there like with the Gordon retirement. I didn't see it coming. It's a big name. It's someone I really, really respect and like. I really don't know what to say. I'm just going to talk about whatever, but I'm stunned. I thoroughly thought after Ally signed that deal, I thought Jimmie would stay for the length of that contract. I really did. I didn't think he'd retire soon. I didn't think he would be in this hole that long. I'm thoroughly shocked. I'm happy for him. He's going to go get to spend time with his family. He has 2 young kids. Just like a lot of these other drivers. In the Paul Menard tribute, I wrote a long description and a long comment basically saying that since I became a NASCAR fan in 2010, I've seen a lot of drivers come and go. And recently it seemed like a lot of big names, a lot of drivers that a lot of people like have left. It started with Gordon, and Gordon's my favorite. So that was the most painful, obviously. Then Tony Stewart, Dale Jr., Carl Edwards, Matt Kenseth, Greg Biffle, Jamie McMurray, Paul Menard now. I mean, it's a long list, and it's truly the end of an era. It's the end of an era. Jimmie Johnson came into the sport, 18 years ago in 2002, 2003. He's owned this era. He's got 7 championships. That's insane. 7 championships in God knows how many formats. I don't know, like 3 or 4 formats. He won 5 consecutive. That's historical, and no matter what sport you do, winning 5 consecutive titles is freaking insane. I'm shook. I really am. I did not see this coming, and I really didn't think he'd retire soon. I thought he was going to wait. He said he still had that competitive fire. He didn't want to end on a low note. It's not my 2020 season predictions yet, but before I was thinking about my 2020 predictions a little bit, and I was thinking, yeah, Jimmie Johnson will win next year. The year I bet Jimmie Johnson doesn't win is the year that he's retired. Well, 2021 is going to be the first year I bet on Jimmie Johnson not winning, but oh man, I'm shocked. I think some good shots next year. Texas, he ran really well in both races this year, regardless of that crash. As you can see, I'm shocked beyond belief, but who's going to replace him in the 48 car? We'll talk about that later. I was actually I'm making a video this offseason about when will Jimmie Johnson win again, but next season is going to be around Jimmie Johnson, just what he's done for the sport, the wins, the championships, the run he made. He dominated. He had a dynasty, 5 consecutive championships, 7 in 15 years. That is freaking insane. It doesn't matter what sport. That is insane. Man, I've been blessed enough to see him race in person. I've seen him win 6 times in person. He went through this just dominating streak back at Texas through 2012 through 2017, I think. But as you could tell, I don't know what to say. 10 years ago, when I became a NASCAR fan, or 9 years ago, like spring of 2010. So if you round up, it's 10 years, I guess. But if you told me that I'd be like shook up and like somewhat emotional about Jimmie Johnson retiring, I'd say you're crazy, because when I became a NASCAR fan, I was a Gordon fan, and it was during Gordon and Johnson's beef, and I hated Jimmie Johnson. But over the years, I've gained a ton of respect for him, not just as a driver, but as a person. He's a great guy, has a family, has a foundation, does things off the track. He really is well-rounded person that should definitely be a role model for kids. This is a big deal. This really is the end of an era. This is the end of something. NASCAR's changed. NASCAR has changed. If you look at the beginning of the decade, you had champions, Jeff Gordon, Jimmie Johnson, Tony Stewart. You had these big names, big champions. And after Jimmie Johnson's gone, assuming there's not even if there is a repeat champion next year, there's only 2 repeat champions. And that would be 2 championships at most, 3 if Kyle Busch wins one. We've seen a 3-time champion, Tony Stewart, leave the sport, 4-time Jeff Gordon, and now 7-time Jimmie Johnson, one of the greatest of all time. It really is a change. The next gen era really is going to start in 2021. That new car, that new package, the new everything. It's new. You're going to look at the lineup. If you compare it to 10 years before, it's completely changed. From numbers 00 to 99, everything has changed. It's crazy. I mean, obviously we still have drivers that are very successful and have been here for a while. Kyle Busch, Kurt Busch, but it changes Hendrick Motorsports. Hendrick Motorsports is, I would say now it's in the hands of Chase Elliott. He's got the most experience there after Johnson leaves. He's had the most success there other than Jimmie Johnson out of the other ones, depending on who they pick up in that fourth car, in the 48 car. Will they reduce to 3 cars? I don't know. I won't make a prediction now. I'll wait down the road once I'm like emotionally intact. But I really am thoroughly shocked. I thought he would stay through 2023 with Ally's contract. But one last chance to chase 8 for Jimmie. Oh, man. I seriously, emotions, words, they're not coming to me. I think it's time to wrap this up, don't you think? Thank you, Jimmie Johnson. That's going to be the saying next year. Thank you, Jimmie. Fudge. Jimmie Johnson, he's done a lot for the sport. He's done a lot outside the sport. Just thank you for everything you've done for the sport. I hope you enjoy your time with your family. But this is a big deal. Have a nice farewell season. Get yourself some wins. Maybe go win an 8th championship. I don't know, but this is freaking insane. Shocking. I'm happy for him, but I am shocked. I really am shocked. And words are difficult. Yeah, it's just gonna like, subscribe, and share.